What's up YouTube, Lightning2288 here with another haul video. Basically all the books today are, of course you know if you watch my videos, all from Frank & Sons. And I believe it's like 2 or 3 from eBay. And I actually flipped one of my Grail books. I've never showed it in any of my videos. I got so caught up with the hauls and stuff that I sold a big book to get a couple of these books in this video, and then I got a major book coming in the mail that I use with the remainder of the money I made off that book, and I'll show it in this video and explain how I got it and what I got for it and everything. But before I get started with the books, and I'm sorry guys, I know my videos tend to run long, and it's gonna be no different. I'm gonna basically have a video. This is like a response to another fellow YouTuber. I'm not going to call him out by name. Like I said, I'm not like that. But I want to address some of the stuff that he mentioned. He made a couple of, I guess you would call rant videos. One was a spoof. Basically, he was talking about people that collect nothing but first appearances and stuff like that. And I didn't have a problem with it. It was whatever. I was going to let it go. But then he decided to make a second video, basically a 20-minute video about people that collect first appearances. And they're not in it for the comment, they're only in it for the money, the value. And I wanted to just kind of talk about some of the points he made, which some points they're validated, but it's the way he went about it I think was wrong. And I'm going to give him some leeway because I know he's a younger kid, I believe, and I have watched his videos in the past, and I believe he's like a 17-year-old kid, so, but he just came at it the really wrong is how basically I got from it. And I feel he took a shot at a lot of people in the community. And there's a reason why I joined this community. We've all collect comics. We've all gone through. I used to, in high school, played sports. And I used to keep my comic collecting kind of like a secret because I didn't want to hear people talking shit. I don't care what people think, but at the same time I don't want to always have to defend myself. So when I discovered YouTube and all you great YouTubers out there that make videos and we all have a common interest, necessarily we don't collect the same books, but at the same time we all love comics, and that's the point. We all came together. There's no judging. That's why I love the community. We help each other out. We support each other. There's first appearances, there's speculating, everything. I agree. That's all. It has gotten out of hand, but at the same time within this community, we do help each other with, what's coming out, what you need to pick up. And and here, let me and I'm going to try to run through books as I'm ranting about what happened. I'm sorry guys, this is going to be a way different video. And and one other thing, my contest video. At the end of the video, I mentioned, about this fellow YouTuber that wanted to attack everybody in the community. And I noticed so happened that he did comment on that video, and then he retracted the comment, and I got a thumbs down, which I could honestly, I could care less, but I just think it was kind of a chicken shit move, to be quite honest. But anyways, I'm gonna start showing books as I just explain. I'm gonna go off some of the points he was talking about and give you my opinion of it. And basically this is, if you're out there watching, buddy, this video is full of key issues and first appearances, so if you don't like it, don't watch it. And this is Captain America 302, first appearance of Machete. I picked this up out of the dollar box. Not worth a lot. There was a big rumor for a while there that he was supposedly going to make an appearance in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. I don't think it ever came to fruition, but God knows, maybe later on it will. But still, like I said, a dollar book, and I do like Captain America. Okay, one of the points he was making, let me get another book out here. Here's another dollar book. This is Alpha Flight 106. This is the issue, to me a very important issue. North Star coming out, he's a, homosexual and stuff. And like I said, I think it's a really significant to, comics. And I do got relatives that are homosexual and stuff. And to me this is very important in comics to show that, times have changed and we should be more accepting as a society. And anyways, one of the points the youngster made, and I'm just going to go by calling him youngster. I'm not calling him names, guy. I don't want to put no one on blast. I don't want no one to, like I said, if you want to know who it is in his videos, I'll PM you, but I'm not going to do it publicly. But one of the points he was making was that we are not in it for the comic books. We only collect key issues. We don't read the books. we're wasting money. And if you watch the video, he contradicts a lot of things that he says. First off, we communicate within the community, but we don't know each other really on a super personal level. You see my videos, I show nothing but first appearance, and they're minute. They can be minute first appearance, but for me, it excites me. That's why I collect. But you don't know me on a personal level. I got runs. I've read books. And for you to sit there and call out people that have collected for years, and not only that, you mentioned you've only collected for 2 years. So to me, and you kept on in the video mentioning that back in the day that it wasn't like this. For me, when you said back in the day, 2 years, that's not a lot. I've collected longer than you've been alive. And one of the issues he had is, when has comics been about value? They've never been about value. And that's why I know he don't know a lot about books, because since there's been price guides, and you're talking 40 years of price guides. I think Overstreet's maybe 30, but there's been price guides prior to that. Ever since there's been price guides, there's been value attached to books, and that's nothing wrong with it. That gets people excited about collecting books. And if that's what someone wants to do, how they want to collect, then let them collect that way. It's not your place to tell someone how to collect. And if you're going to rant about people collecting this way, you better delete some of your past videos. Because I watched an earlier video of you movie speculating on Crossbones being in the Captain America movie, and that you were going to flip the book. And that's another comment you made. You mentioned that people only care about flipping books. And then you mentioned about, let me get to the next book. I'm sorry, guys. This is, Iron Man number 86, first appearance of Blizzard, another dollar book. And as you can see, it's probably like a fine plus copy. But then you mentioned that this all started with Thanos. If it wasn't for Thanos, the industry wouldn't be where it's at. I'm sorry. And I disagree with you. Yeah, we all complain about the prices, the eBay prices, but you know, a majority of us, and you have to realize, not everybody has local shops. The only avenue for them buying books is eBay. And you're going to put them down for buying keys? It's their money. It's not nothing to do with you. If you don't like the video, if you want to hear people talk about storylines and reviews, so in the search engine of YouTube, put in comic reviews. Put in comic stories, whatever. You don't have to watch these videos. And the next one is DC Comics Presents #1. And this is finally, I got the 3 flasher. I believe this is like the 4th. I don't know if it's really a race, but you know, whatever. I got it anyways. It was only $1 book. Another to me, probably like a very fine copy. Real happy to have it. Finally completed that little goal I set for myself. But anyways, he's blaming Iron Man 55 for this. And yeah, it sucks that every movie and show does raise the price up, but the comic industry has never been healthier. It's a good thing. And it's not just the movies that are bringing it up. I mean, it has a big part of it, but you have to think comic books, characters, they're worldwide now. It's not just United States, Canada, the UK buying books. It's all over the world. And eBay is pushing it. This is a good thing for comic. It's helping the industry. Comic shops could survive. I went through the 90s, the early 90s, when comic shops were going under. Now they're healthier than ever. Places like, if people weren't buying the way they're buying, places like Frankensons would not exist. You know, there ain't gonna be no Comic-Con. This is helping the industry. Comics are hotter than ever, and they're gonna stay that way. And this is the way people collect. And you're not in any place to collect that. If you don't want to collect that way, then don't collect that way. But don't go around putting everybody down for collecting that way. Especially in past videos where you're doing the same exact thing. You put down Thanos, yet you're showing Captain Marvel books with Thanos in it, saying that they're expensive. They're worth this much. You can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little upset. I'm a little dumbfounded. I just feel that, you know, I need to say something, because since I've been in YouTube for 6 months. And let me get to the next book. This is a Tales of Suspense 79, and as you can see, it's a real nice copy. I mean, there's a few dings. The first appearance of the Cosmic Cube, and this book cost me $6, so real happy to have it. And like I said, I've been in the community now roughly 6 months, and I feel like a lot of the people on YouTube that I communicate, I consider friends now, and the type of person I am is someone, takes shots at my friends. I'm going to say something. I'm going to stick up for the people, that, I feel deserve it. And here's another issue I have with something that happened during his rant video. Thank God he didn't mention names, but as new YouTubers come in and make videos, we should make them feel welcome. It's something they like. It's something we like. The more the merrier, I look at it. Now, he made a comment about a fellow YouTuber that showed 3 appearances. He had 3 copies of the first appearance of Deadpool, which I thought his video was excellent. It was his first video. He was nervous. You could tell. He wanted people to comment, tell him what he could do better. I thought that the video was excellent. But what I'm getting to the point of is, if he so happened to watch this rant video, how do you think that made him feel? He might not want to do videos anymore because this one guy or kid wanted to be an ass and basically, thank God, like I said, didn't call his name out, but he described his video, and I knew exactly who he was talking about. And I thought it was, honestly, I think it was, in my opinion, I think it was a bitch move. Now, like I said, this guy, I don't know if he'll make any more videos. He might, because I'm going to tell you quite honestly, guys. Let me get to the next one. This is Sandman #1. This is another book that cost me, I believe it was like shit, man. I think it was like $10. But as you can see, the only problem is this Nick right here. But, love the cover. Love anything Jack Kirby does. I do love artwork, by the way. And, like I said, he's calling out people, and then not only that, he's saying a lot of our videos are boring, and it was just a lot of bullshit he was saying. It was just, I'm sorry guys, it was just pissing me off, and a perfect example, like I said, he's making, I hope the guy he was telling an example of what video it was, he was describing the video. I hope he didn't watch that rant video, because it probably made him feel like crap. Because I know how he felt, because I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. 2 months into YouTube, I got a private message from a fellow YouTuber saying I need to stop making videos because I'm bad for comics. I only collect for the worth and value, which I do mention worth and value, and it's not, I mention eBay prices because this is why I do. I hunt. I get most of my books in the wild, and if I could get them cheap, and I do research and see, okay, what's this book going on eBay? So when I do a video, I could be like, okay, guys, this book right now on eBay, I'm just making an example. I don't know what it's going for. The buy now price could be $35, but I found it in the wild for $10. So I'm just giving a heads up, before you guys drop the money on a $35 book, give a chance out there and try to find it in the wild. That's all I'm mentioning. I don't care about certain things like value. I mean, yeah, it's good to, everybody should know the value of their books. Everybody should go and I'm pretty sure everybody that collects comic books knows the value. Doesn't mean we're all selling books, and there's nothing wrong with that. If someone wants to buy multiple copies of a key that they found cheap and they want to flip it and buy another key that they really want, there's nothing wrong with it, because me and James has done that. We've bought everybody has seen the Craigslist haul. We've sold all those books. We bought books with that money that we really wanted. Is that a bad thing? We all do it. And the next book is, sorry guys, this is Ragman #1. And like I said, I think it's his first appearance. Don't know much about it, but I really like the cover, and I do like Joe Kubert. Really, really talented artist. I think a really underrated artist. And this is another book I got for a couple $, so real happy to have it. And it's probably it's another VF copy. No big deal, but it's a VF copy, so real happy to add it to my collection. And like I said, if you don't like this video, guys, or the guy out there, there's a lot of first appearances and a lot of #1 issues. The next book is Shadow #1, and this book cost me, I think it was like $7, and as you can see, this is another probably very fine copy. Real happy to have it, and I'm a big sucker for the #1 issues. And after these books, this is where all the You know me, guys, the random first appearances and little minor keys, but oh well. And another example he used, and bad examples to be quite honest. Okay, and during his rant, the 20-minute rant video, he's talking about if someone gave me a Detective Comics 27, I don't know the grade, say a $500,000 copy. You know, let's say a 6070 copy of Detective 27. He said he wouldn't think of the value of it. He'd just be like, wow, Batman's my favorite character, it's my first appearance. So I know he's young. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. This does not make me not a comic fan. But if someone hands me a Detective 27 and it's a 7.0 copy, you know the first thing I'm thinking about is, I'm selling the damn book. I love Batman, one of my favorite characters. You know why I'm selling the book? Because I could pay my house off, put my kids in college, and my wife can retire from work. Does that make me bad for comics? Does it make me I'm not a fan? This guy doesn't know what I do. I got more runs than probably he does. I've read more books than he ever has. He got 2 years of collecting. I got 20 years of collecting. You know? Blaming Thanos. It wasn't nothing to do with Thanos. If you're in a rant and blame the movies. Because it wasn't Thanos, it wasn't Avengers #1 at the end where they showed Thanos that suddenly made every book skyrocket. Okay, here's another perfect example. Blade, Tomb of Dracula 10. Would that book be worth as much as it is today if it wasn't for the Blade movies? Probably not. But who cares? It's good for the industry. It gives people something to strive for keys. That's the fun of collecting. If you want to collect just stories and runs, I don't have a problem with it. I watch everybody's video. If you watch my videos, I show bronze, silver. I rarely show modern. But I watch people that just show modern. You know why? Because I love to hear what they buy. I like to see what they collect. It might not be what I'm into, but I love to see it. I love seeing people's excitement of certain books. I like watching people that show the horror books. I rarely got any horror books, but I like to see it. I'm not gonna put someone down for, why are you only collecting Spider-Man books? Why are you only collecting key issues? It's a bunch of shit. And for you to attack everybody in the community, and another thing, don't do those videos and then later on come out with a comment under that video apologizing to everybody. If you believe what you believe, be a man and stick by it. Because whatever I say in this video, I'm going to stick by it and I don't care. If you want to thumb it down, I could really give it down. But if you're going to attack everybody with that I consider friends now, then don't watch any of our videos. You know, just don't even pay attention to it. You see it, you see a key issue, go to the next video. Anyways, guys, sorry. Let me go. I'm sorry. The next few books, of course, I think Evan Leahy isn't really, he's a big Justice League fan, so I know he digs these books. This is Justice League 124, and I think this book cost me about $5, and I mean, nothing major about it, but it's basically, I don't know if if you're new to my video, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're one of the ones that consistently watch my videos, the two Flash books I showed that mentioned Earth Prime, this is basically where it's officially named Earth Prime. So, kind of a minor key, but still key nonetheless. Like I said, a key issue. I'm sorry it's a minor key, but that's what I'm into. It does excite me. And I do read I'm gonna admit it. I don't read all my books, but I read a majority of them. So it doesn't make me any less than a comic fan or a comic collector. And another reason, I collect books for the historical significance of the book. Even the minute thing, I will collect. I don't care. I just want every key issue I can get. And I do got runs of books. It just so happens you don't know me on a personal level, so you don't know actually what's in my collection. I just don't want to make videos that show, I got Daredevil 1 to 300 or 100 to 300, and I got 50 of his books under 100. So I got a good run of Daredevil, but I just don't feel like anybody wants to see Daredevil 100 to 120. So I think a lot of people collect the way I collect, that they want to see key issues, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we all watch each other's videos, because we have the same tendencies of collecting. Now, if you don't like it, like I said, don't watch the video. Find your own little circle that collects on a different reason. We all have different reasons to collect, and There's no wrong way or right way. It's the way you feel you should collect. And if it makes you happy, who cares? But people like this, the negativity, it turns people off. You got a lot of new YouTubers that might watch this guy's video and be like, wow, I don't want to make a video because I could get attacked for it. We joined this community so none of us could get judged for what we show and be happy and proud about it. Let people know about key issues and get heads up on key issues from other videos. I love watching Mercenaut. I'm not as good. He's one of the best people on YouTube that speculates, and he's more than likely he's right on books. And there's nothing wrong. He'll buy a multiple key, and maybe in a year it's a $150 book. If he flips it and he could get a grail, that's freaking awesome. I would do the same damn thing, and there's nothing wrong with it. So should we attack him for that? No. He's one of the best guys on YouTube. But I mean, come on now. And this is I'm sorry guys. And this is a Justice League number 95. And shit, dude. This is probably like a VG plus, not the greatest, man. You can see it's like some browning on here and stuff, but like I said, who cares? It cost me about $4, and like I said, I mentioned price, guys, because you know, just I get a lot of deals sometimes, and I know what books go for on eBay, and you know, like I said, if you could get it cheap on eBay or cheaper out in the wild, I do like to mention, because I like to give people heads up, you know, just like everybody else does on YouTube. But Justice League number 95. It's the origin of Dr. Fate and the origin of Dr. Midnight. So, let me get these out of the way. And this one, I just love the freaking cover, man. This is the Infantino cover. And this is a Justice League number 56. And I don't know if it's that big of a deal, but it's the first Golden Age Wonder Woman in the Silver Age. So if you didn't know, if there are any Wonder Woman fans out there, you know, it's not that big a deal. It ain't that pricey of a book. So, like I said, I've been heavy on Justice League for the past 4 months, and I got a good run going. So, you know, like I said, it's not necessarily I'm looking out, like going there just to look for these like little minor key issues. I just happen to pick these books up. And, you know, and then I start doing research, or I might flip through the book and read some of them and be like, wow, and then I'll do research on it and happen to have, like, maybe a minor key in it. So, and I do like to mention it, you know. But for me, it excites me. So, and I do it for the history of the comics, and, you know, and I love comic book collecting, you know. If I didn't like it and I only did it for the money or whatever, you know, I probably would have stopped. But there's nothing wrong with anybody that wants to collect that way, you know. If they could flip books and, you know, make money at the same time getting the keys they want, hell, man, I'm all for it too, and I've actually done it. And this is Justice League number 55. I love this cover. I mean, it's kind of corny, but you know, look at Batman and Robin, whatever, combined, but whatever. This is probably another like VG plus copy, and you can see there's a couple like nicks. A little nick on the corner, but like I said, I'm more or less like, for me, as long as the book presents well and the colors are pretty glossy, I'm happy with it. And the key to this is, there's a lot to it. This is the introduction of Earth 2 Robin, the first Golden Age Robin in the Silver Age, and these characters, I have no idea who it is though, but it's the first appearance of Gem Girl, How Chu, Money Master, and Smashing Sportsman. So real happy to have this. And this one is just basically a filler book. There's nothing key to it, but still, Silver Age Justice League books, you can't go wrong. This is Justice League number 53. Nothing special, but now that I got a lot of Justice League, but I got Justice League 40 to 60 complete now. And I got, you know, a whole bunch of stuff random throughout. But yeah, I'm really working hard on the Justice League run I'm doing, but you know, for me, I'm actually trying to beat the movie. So, you know, because once that movie goes out, man, all these books are just gonna probably just skyrocket. And then I'm gonna start going into characters that I don't think get a lot of play. And well, I got this one basically for the cover. I just love this cover. The Atom Hawkman number 41, and it's another, like I said, I like Joe Kubert, another Joe Kubert cover. And I think these characters don't get enough play, like I said, and I'm speculating, guys. Hawkman might be in a movie, and this is, I mean, I don't go on, like I said, I don't go really on websites. I'm not a real computer savvy guy. I don't do a lot of internet and stuff. I just watch YouTube. I enjoy the videos and all that. That's basically for me, YouTube's my Facebook. But basically, I don't think Hawkman gets a lot of love. And you know he's going to be in it. Justice League movie, regardless, you know it's going to be multiple movies of Justice League. So he's going to make an appearance. So is this character as well. So we might want to start jumping on these two characters. This is the Atom. And like I said, the Atom, I think he's going to get, I have a gut feeling he's going to get a movie. It's going to be, you know, especially if Ant-Man with Marvel, if that movie's successful, definitely Ant-Man, you know, Marvel DC competing, they're going to make an Atom movie. So I'm going to start focusing on Hawkman and Ant-Man. And the reason I'm going to do that is for the simple fact that they're actually pretty cheap right now. Besides Brave and the Bold 34, I believe, the first Silver Age Hawkman, that book is pricey as hell. And Showcase 34, the first Silver Age Atom. But I'm definitely focusing on those two books plus Atom 1. And this next book is, like I said, Hawkman 17. You know, nothing big about, but, you know, I'm going to start collecting these Hawkman books while they're cheap. This is a VG copy, and this is another book that cost me $3. Real happy to have it. And, you know, I just, for so long, underestimated DC Silver Age. I mean, these covers alone, I'm just falling in love with. Really, really love the covers and how they were done. As you can see, like I said, not in the greatest shape. There's a little date right here, but like I said, for the price, I could really care less. And this is Hawkman number 7. And basically, this is the first appearance of the CAW. It was CAW stands for the Criminal Alliance of the World, the terrorist organization that actually went after Hawkman. You know, not you know, early Hawkman though. That's all I really care about. And like I said, I got so many runs I'm working on, guys. It's crazy. But I don't know if I even say this is a VG Plus copy. Real beautiful cover though. I just love the artwork, man. And you know, like I said, not that expensive. So happy to have it. This next book, I've used this character as an example that, you know, with me picking up these minor keys. That, you know, who knows, you know, once they use this character, so you never know what these other characters are going to use, and I've used him as an example. Finally found it. And the funny thing is, I got this yesterday at Frankenstein. I went with my boy James Omega, and it's funny, he was going through the world's finest books, and I was going through the Brave and the Bold, and I pulled out a Brave and the Bold book, and I said, I don't know, I think this is a key issue. He's like, I don't know, dude, here. And I said, you know what, go on your phone and look it up. And as soon as you start looking up, I started going to the world's finest books, and I found this one. And I think he might have been looking for. I grabbed this shit. I was like, "Oh, this is mine." And so we kind of got in a little little argument and whatnot. But you know, whatever. Sorry, James. Had to stealth buy it under your nose. But like I said, I would give this probably like a 5.0. You know, maybe even a little bit higher. And not bad, dude. 10-cent cover. But basically what the significance of this book is, World's Finest 111 is the first appearance of Clock King. So, and I don't know if it was this version of Clock King that made the appearance in Arrow. But, you know, like I said, I need to catch up. I can't wait till they release Season 2. I'm done with Season 1, and I need to get to Season 2. I've been, like, craving to watch that show. But this is the first appearance of Clock King. Super happy to have it. And like I said, I got this for $8. And the eBay prices, I'm going to tell you straight up, the VG copies are probably $20 by now. I think the cheapest one, well, it was 16 with like 5 shipping. It was 20. But like I said, if you're a fan of Arrow and you want some of those first appearances, this is the first appearance of Clock King. You know, pretty cool looking book. And the next book is, and this is one I'm super happy to have. This is a Brave and the Bold number 60. Really, to me, a significant issue. This is the second appearance of Teen Titans, and this is the first appearance of Donna Troy. So real significant key, and it's a real hard book to find. I found this actually in the wild, and as you can see, probably a 4 or 5 I would give it. But still, I mean, I paid $8 for it. And right now, the eBay prices, there's a 4.0 currently on eBay. It's a buy now for $30. But anything after that, I think there's like 4 issues of this on eBay as currently speaking. After the $30 issue, the rest are $50 and higher. So, but if you see this in the wild, definitely pick it up. Second appearance of Teen Titans, which is pretty key. And not only that, the first appearance of Donna Troy, Wonder Girl. So, real happy to have that book. Super hard to find. And this next book, And here, let me just get this out there. I should have showed this. I've had this since I was a kid. Not a kid, a teenager. This is Amazing 129. We all know what it is. I mean, I don't even want to explain it. But I had 2 copies of it. And I kept, you know, the better grade, and I sold off the other one. I mean, this is probably, I mean, it's probably between like a, I mean, the only problem is it's just a little nick, like, not even a nick, it's like a crease right here. But still, I would probably give it like a, it was probably like a 7.5, 7.0, and the other one I had maybe like a 6.5. And that the way I got this, I did not pay much for this one. I was a kid, and I can remember, this is what I love about comics, it brings back memories for me. This was in 1995 when I got it. I remember I had a part-time job. I think I was a junior at the time. And after I got off of work, I went to the shop I normally went to back then. And it was ran by a married couple, real old couple, really nice, really cool. Wish they were still there, actually. But they were retiring, and the last weekend they were there, they went 80% off their whole stock. And I happened to get this, and I had another copy, and the total cost of that was $8. So in '95, I bought 2 copies of Amazing 129 for $8, and like I said, I sold one, and I made quite a bit of money. And I sold it to someone. It was a relative I sold it to, a big comic fan. He actually gave, you know, I mean, he's pretty well off. He gave me a pretty decent amount of money, and I used some of the money for the last 2 books, or the last 3 books I'm going to show, and then I got a major key coming in the mail. It should be here in the next couple of days, which I'll show in my next video. But I think I made out pretty good. And the funny thing is, I actually felt guilty when I sold it, because I've had these since I was a kid. But like I said, as long as I got one, and I used the money from the other one I sold to get these next few keys. Like I said, focusing on Hawkman, guys. This is Hawkman number 1. You know, pretty significant key, and I just think, to me, getting any number 1 issue, especially a Silver Age issue, is worth picking up. And this book is due for an increase. And like I said, I mean, it's an alright shape. I say like a 4 or 5, maybe on a good day give it a 5.0. But like I said, it's real bright. You know, the cover's nice. There's no like rips or tears in it. And I just think, especially guys, if the Justice League DC movie universe kicks off, we've seen what Marvel Universe did with all the 68 premiere issues, the number 1 Iron Man, all those books skyrocketed. So like I said, get these books while they're relatively cheap. I believe this book's going to cost anybody at least, you know, like I said, depending on grade, but I'm going by how I buy. You know, if you take a VG Plus to a fine, you're going to spend between 50 to 120 bucks for this book. But like I said, it might be worth the pickup, especially if the DC Universe takes off. And this one is, actually picked this one up yesterday at Frank & Sons as well. This is an early Brave and the Bold 10-cent cover, Brave and the Bold 36. And this is the first appearance of Shadow Thief, and a pretty significant villain to Hawkman. So if you didn't know, Brave and the Bold 36, first appearance of Shadow Thief, you know, one of his more known villains. So just a heads up out there, guys. Like I said, if there's ever a Hawkman movie, he's one of the villains, or hopefully one of the villains. And this is not a bad copy. I say like a 5.0. Real happy to get it, and I actually spent a little bit. This book actually cost me, I believe it was like $30. So, you know, but like I said, I've been wanting it for a while. Real happy to have it. And the final book, guys, let me get all these books out of the way. The final book, guys, the one I used some of my profit off my Amazing 129 to get. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. This book. Not only Neil Adams, just the first. And like I said, we all say his name. I say Ra's al Ghul, you know, Ra's al Ghul, whatever you want to call him. Batman 232. Super stoked to have it. I'm super happy. Almost done with the Batman keys I set for, you know, my goal of Batman keys to get. And I got a major one coming. And I'm just so happy to share it with you guys. And that'll basically do it for my video. Like I said, I'm sorry this video ran so long. I just felt I had to say something. And, you know, I felt, you know, to me, we're all friends here. You know, I defend my friends. So like I said, thanks for watching. Apologize for the video being so long, and I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks.